UP experts have endorsed a new set of criteria for moving an LGU to a stricter quarantine status. Although the palace is acknowledging the recommendations, the spokesperson asked the group to refrain from announcing it publicly. PTV's Mark Fetalco reports.
Because of high attack rate or the risk of being infected, the OCTA Research Group has recommended to the national government to place 3 towns under stricter quarantine classification. These include Bawan, Batangas, Calbayog, Western Samar, and General Trias in Cavite.
Mas malaking risk na mahawa ka dito sa mga places na mataas yung attack rate. So talagang, especially yung mga nasabi nating areas, kung hindi naman sila mag-move sa stricter quarantine, mas lalo mag-ingat yung mga tao doon.
One of the criteria proposed for moving an LGU to a stricter status is when the daily attack rate is greater than 7%, just like in the said areas. Aside from this, according to OCTA, the government may also consider a stricter quarantine measure if there is an increase in new cases for 2 consecutive weeks. But this is what the palace has to say regarding OCTA's recommendations.
I wish they would refrain from making these recommendations publicly. They can probably endorse or course the recommendations privately to the IATF nang hindi naman po napapangunahan.
Roque reiterated that localized lockdowns involving towns or barangays can be decided at the level of provincial LGUs and regional IATF.
Sa level po ng mga bayan-bayan, hindi na po IATF national ang umaakto dyan, it's the provincial governor.
Meanwhile, the OCTA Research Group identified 8 areas which are high risk for COVID-19 after recording case increases in the past 2 weeks. These include the NCR, Cavite, Rizal, Batangas, Laguna, Bulacan, Negros Occidental, and Iloilo. Despite this, experts are still seeing the flattening of curve as indicated by the Philippines reproduction number of less than 1. But as the national government decides to further expand economic activity, OCTA says the possibility of a surge in cases will not be a question of if but when. That's why OCTA reiterated the urgent need for the national government to further intensify efforts at testing, tracing, and isolation. For the general public, just continue to follow the minimum health standards. Mark Fetalco for The Nation.